Vanakkam and welcome to Sparrow's Innovation. 7th video of Arduino tutorial. In this video, we are going to see about serial communication. This video is presented to you by myself Arun Balaji. What is serial communication? Serial communication is nothing but a data transfer between two devices or two microcontrollers serially. You can transmit the data serially or you can receive the data serially. This is called serial communication. In Arduino, we have two different ports to communicate for serial communication. One is through USB cable, and another is to pin number 0 and 1. The USB port present in this Arduino is for communicating between your computer and your Arduino. You can also upload the program through this USB cable or USB port, or else you can also use for serial communication. And the pin number 0 and 1 is for receiver and transmitter of this serial port of the microcontroller presented inside this Arduino board. You can use this pin to communicate between two devices or two Arduinos. The example devices we use is Bluetooth or NRF, or there is a serial communication device. There are different serial communicating devices are there. You can use that devices to communicate between Arduino and device by using the 0 and 1 pin. Important thing in Arduino is the same 0 and 1 is connected to the USB port, so you can't use you can't upload the program when you are connected any devices with this pin 0 and 1. So before uploading any program, you have to disconnect any devices which is connected to this pin number 0 or 1, or at least you have to switch off that devices. Then only you can upload any program to this Arduino. First we see about serial and parallel communication. You can see there are different communication. There is serial and parallel communication. First, before seeing this parallel communication, you can see there are different data sheet of the microcontrollers. One is 8051 and another one is Atmega 328P and another one is PIC microcontroller. These microcontrollers are different range of microcontroller. You can see that it's highlighted as 8-bit microcontroller for 8051 and 8-bit microcontroller for Atmega 328P and 16-bit microcontroller for PIC microcontroller. What is this bit rating? It's a 8-bit or 16-bit. There are different 32-bit microcontrollers also there, and there are 64-bit microcontrollers are there. Why is this bit rating that much important? This bit rating is nothing but a number of data lines presented inside a microcontroller. So for example, if a microcontroller is a 8-bit microcontroller, then you can transmit a data of 8-bit. So you can transmit 8-bit data at the time. So these are 8-bit data lines presented inside the microcontroller. As I already explained, this Atmega 328P is a 8-bit microcontroller. We will see how Arduino can transmit parallelly. So for transmitting parallelly data, you need a 8 input and output pins to communicate between two devices, two Arduinos. So for 8-bit data transfer, my microcontroller or my Arduino is taking 8 input and output pins. This is some of the drawback in my Arduino, because my Arduino has only 13 digital input and output pins. If I use 8 pin for data transfer itself, I can't able to connect other devices or other input or output devices with my Arduino. This is one of the drawback in parallel communication. For example, if you are going for a 16-bit microcontroller, then you have to use 16 input and output pins. If you're going for a 64-bit microcontroller, then you have to use a 64 digital input and output pins just only for data transfer. And for example, if I am going to connect or transmit a data of 0 and 05, then you can see it will convert it to 8-bit ASCII values and then it will be transmitted. So another one problem is, if any one line is disconnected in this parallel communication, then the data received at the receiver side will be different than the data transmitted at the transmitter end. So these are also one of the disadvantage in the parallel communication. So to rectify this, we are going for a serial communication. Serial communication we use only two pins, one is transmitter or a receiver pin. So either you can transmit or receive, or you can transmit and receive at the same time. Here the data will be transmitted as bit by bit. That means for 8-bit data you will be transmitted 1 bit at the time, and the 8-bit will be transmitted simultaneously. So it will be transmitted by a pulses. In parallel communication, in single pulse all the 8-bit data will be transmitted at the time, but here one pulse you have to transmit 1 bit only. Okay, but there is difference between the pulse in serial and parallel communication, which is I will explain in the next I will explain in the next slides. So here this data transmitting is very much important. The pulse which is used to transmit the data is very much important in serial communication. I will explain why. So for example, if my transmitter microcontroller is transmitting the data in one speed, okay, but my receiver end is the receiver end will have a transmit speed or receiver speed as very less compared to the transmitter, then my data will get corrupted. And another option is if the transmitter is in slow speed and the receiver is in high speed data transfer, then the data will also get corrupted. If both the transmitter and receiver is in the same data transfer speed, then only my data will be received correctly. So this data transfer speed is nothing but the sequence of pulses. So this pulse rating should be same in serial communication for transmitter as well as the receiver. But in parallel communication there is no issue because one clock pulse will be connected so that the data will be transmitted. But in serial communication, since we are transmitting bit by bit, we have to maintain same speed in the transmitter side and the receiver side. To standardize this speed rating, we go for the option called baud rate. This baud rate is nothing but a standardized value for the speed of data transfer. We can also say that as a number of bits transmitted per second. Okay, for example, if my baud rate value is 9600, then the data will be transmitted like 9600, that means 9600 bits will be transmitted per second. This 9600 is not an approximate value. There are different standardized data transmit rating is there, baud rate value is there. The one of the default baud rate value is 9600. Initially many devices will have the default value of 9600, so I am using that 9600 in this example. So that means 9600 bits will be transmitted at 1 second. Okay, so whenever we programming for a serial communication, the receiver side and the transmitter side should be have the same baud rate value. So now we will go for how to program in the Arduino. In the Arduino, we have to use the function called serial.begin. The serial.begin, and inside the bracket you have to use the baud rate value, which is the baud rate value you are going to initialize for your transmitter as well as the receiver. I am using 9600 in this example. So when this program, when this line of program is executed, your microcontroller, your Arduino will be configured with the serial communication port. That means your serial communication port of this Arduino will get configured, and the pin number 0 and 1 will be set as receiver and transmitter, and also the baud rate value 9600 will be initialized in your serial port of the Arduino. So this function is a one-time initialization function, so you can initialize this inside void setup. You no need to give inside void loop. Okay, so in the Arduino program, you can see Arduino software in the right side corner, you can see a magnifier symbol, a small lens symbol. That is the serial monitor of your Arduino. So when if you want to see any serial communication data in your computer monitor, then you can click this icon, so that the serial monitor window will be pop out and you can see what the data is transmitting or receiving. Whatever the data is transmitting, you can display in that area. So now I'm going to type serial.begin, because we are going to initialize the serial port. I'm going to initialize that in the void setup. So inside void setup, I'm given serial.begin 9600. This will initialize the serial port of your Arduino, and then it will configure the pin number 0 and 1 for receiver and transmitter, and then it will set the baud rate as 9600. Now I configured my serial port. Now I need to transmit the data. First I'm going to see the transmit data, and then we will see the receive data. So for transmitting the data, I need the function serial.print. This function will transmit the data. Whatever data you given inside the double quotes will be transmitted serially by using this function. So this function we can use in either in void setup or void loop. I'm going to do the program repeatedly, so I'm going to type this in void loop. If you are giving inside the void setup, then it will transmit the data welcome only once. So I'm going to use inside void loop. So I've typed the void loop function here, serial.print double quotes welcome. So in the welcome functions, welcome data will be transmitted serially. Now we can see how to upload the program. So when I upload this program, so here clicked, I uploaded the program. Now it's done uploading. So when I open the serial monitor, you can see in the right side corner, when I click this icon, my serial monitor window will pop up. Okay, so you can see the welcome data is displayed serially. So it is continuously displayed because I'm using inside the while loop. So n number of times it will be displayed. Here in the bottom you can see it's mentioned as a baud rate value 9600. This is a baud rate for your computer monitor. So we can change this here. These are the different standardized baud rate value. If I change the value to 38,400, now my computer will act as a 38,400 baud rate speed. That means my computer speed is high compared to my Arduino speed. In Arduino program I uploaded 9600, so the data is corrupted here, right? So we can change that to 9600, then we can see the data correctly. So this drop down menu is only for your computer, not for your Arduino. So for to change the speed of the Arduino program, you have to type inside the program of this Arduino which you are going to done. Okay, so next I'm going to see another function called serial.println. This is a new line function. So previously the data is displayed in one single line. In this, when I using the serial.println, the data which is given inside the double quotes will be displayed first, then a new line of program, new line command will be sent serially to the receiver. So that what will happen, the cursor of the display side will be moved to the next line after printing welcome. So you can see that in the practically we can see that. So here I change the program to serial.println. Now I going to upload the program. So by clicking the upload, I can upload the program. So after uploading, I'm just going to open the serial monitor. You can see the difference. See, now the welcome is displayed next line. So that means after new line, each after displaying each component data, it will move to the new line. Okay, now serial transmitter is completed. We have done how serially we can how the serial data is transmitted. Okay, next we are going to see serial receive. For seeing the serial receive value, the first function we need very importantly is serial.available. This function is used to check whether the data is received or not. So serial.available will it's a condition which will shows there is a data received or not. So you have to use in if statement or a while statement like that. Okay, so I will explain that serial.available in briefly in the next slide. See here, inside a microcontroller there is a serial port. The serial port will have a two memory location, that is receiver buffer and transmitter buffer. Each buffer is a 8-bit location, memory location. So the transmitter buffer will hold the data which is going to be transmitted, and the serial buffer will have the data which is received serially. Okay, receiver buffer will have the data which is received serially. So whenever we transmit the data, the transmitter microcontroller know when the data is going to transmit. That means when you given serial.print, the data will get transmitted. Okay, so for example, if I when the line of the program serial.print is executed, the data welcome will be placed in the transmitter buffer. That means the 8-bit data. For example, if you are going to transmit welcome, W will be transmitted first. So the W is the data. When we place the data in the transmitter buffer, there will be a flag called transmitter flag, which is a single bit data location, memory location. This flag will set flag value will be changed to 1, logical 1. So when there is the logical 1 in the flag, there is a data in the serial transmitter buffer. So after the data is transmitted completely, that means when the 8-bit data is completely transmitted, the flag will change to logical low. Okay, so initially the flag will be logical high when the data is received in the buffer, and after transmitting, after completion of the transmission, the flag will automatically change to 0. Okay, so this will notify you when the data is transmitted or transmitted. But when you go for the receiver side, another device is transmitting the data. So whenever the data is received at your end, that means when the data is received at the receiver buffer, when 8-bit data is received, then the receiver flag will be set to logical 1. So receiver flag is a separate 1-bit single bit memory location. Okay, so when the data is received, this receiver flag will be set as logical 1. Here we have to verify whether the flag is set or not. unless like transmitter for buffer, it will not automatically set or not automatically come to 0. So here when the flag is set, you have to verify it. We have to check whether the flag is set or not. For that we will use the function called serial.available. So the serial.available will verify whether the flag is set or not. If the flag is set, there is a data in the receiver buffer. So what you have to do means you have to copy that buffer data, the data inside the buffer, and you have to place it in another memory location, because this buffer is only 8-bit memory location. So whenever one 8-bit data is received, you have to move that data to another location, and then you have to change this flag to logical low. This you have to done by program only. It will not automatically change to 0. So you have to done it by program only. When the flag is set to logical 0, then only your next data will be received the receiver buffer. Okay, when the flag is logical low, then only in the next data will be received. Unless otherwise it is set as low, the data will not received at the receiver side. Okay, so the available is only to verify whether the flag is set or not. Okay, so after the data is received, the flag, you have to programmatically you have to change that flag to low, then only you can receive the next data. Okay, now I explain how to done in that program. So here before we type the serial.available, here we have to declare a variable globally so that we can store the receiver data. So here I declare a variable character data. So I'm declaring as a character because the data serially will be by ASCII values. The whatever data we are transmitting or receiving will be getting the ASCII value. So I'm it's a 8-bit data, so I'm just declaring a variable as character data, because character will store only 8-bit memory location. Okay, and then we have to done a serial.begin inside void setup. The serial.begin is compulsory for either in serial transmission or serial reception, because for both the thing we need a serial port to be initialized. Okay, so see, in void setup you should use serial.begin for serial data as well as data receive as well as data transmit. Okay, in void loop I'm going to use if serial.available. This if statement will verify whether the data is received or not. Okay, now I verified the data, verify whether the data is received or not. Now I have to read the data from my serial buffer. For reading the data, I'm going to use the function called serial.read. This function will read the data from my buffer location, and it will transmit the data, it will move the data to the variable I mentioned. Here I am in example I explained as character x. Okay, so whatever data inside the buffer will be moved to character x, and then it will set the flag to 0 to get the next data received. Okay, so this is the operation of serial.read. So I'm going to use that inside the if statement, then only the data will be, we can check receive the data correctly. So here data equal to serial.read is the function I'm going to use. The data is the character variable I declare globally, and serial.read is a function which will read the data from the buffer and store it in the data, and very importantly it will read only the 8-bit data at the time. Okay, because serially we can transmit only 8-bit data. Okay, next we have to display the data, whatever the data we received, we have to see that data or which data is received. Okay, but I'm not explain any I not given any example how to communicate any display devices with the Arduino right now. We will see that in future videos. Here I'm going to display the data in the computer's monitor. So for that I need to transmit the data again. Okay, serial.read will read the data and whichever we received, and it will store in the data variable. Now for displaying I am going to transmit again. For that I am going to use the function serial.print. Okay, so here serial.read will be the function used to receive, and serial.print will be the function which is used to transmit. Okay, so whenever I use serial.print I can see that in the serial monitor. So now we are going to upload the program. After uploading I'm going to open the serial monitor. So when I click the serial monitor window, I can see there is a blank screen because we not transmitted any data. So the first line of the window is the transmitter window. The cursor where blinking is the transmitter window. You can type anything here. So this will be the transmitter win. So whenever I click enter, the data will be transmitted to microcontroller and come down. Here you can see after entering it will come to welcome. It's not like that. When I click enter, the welcome data is transmitted to your microcontroller or Arduino serially through USB port, and then it is transmitted again using serial.print data, and it is received at our receiver end. So that will display in the bottom. Okay. So here I am also using the function serial.println to show how the data is transmitted. I already said only 8-bit data will be transmitted at the time. So this will clearly shows how the data is transmitted. Okay. So here I am uploaded the program with the println, and when I type something in the transmitter screen and when I click enter, you can see the receiver end, you can see W, E, L, it's separately. So one data, that means W is a 8-bit data and E is the next 8-bit data. So every time we transmit serially, only one 8-bit data will be transmitted at the time. This is how we can do a transmitter and receiver program in Arduino. Okay, so we have done a serial transmission, and we also seen serial reception, how to receive the data serially. Okay, this is how the serial communication is worked in Arduino. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Our next video is Arduino tutorial 8. If you like this video, please subscribe and share to your friends. Thank you.